So it's another nice day here at Rockcliffe Park, and Rob Edwards has just completed his press conference ahead of Middlesbrough's weekend game with Wrexham. Quite a lot to talk through. Started off really off the back of the Chef Wed game, a little bit of reflection on that in the week, and then obviously attention switched to that Tommy Conway incident around the penalty. Rob Edwards had said he was going to speak to the PGMOL about that. He has done. He's spoken to Kevin Friend, who's the kind of championship representative there. Some interesting stuff to come out of that. It's up on the Northern Echo website now. You can have a proper read of it. But in a nutshell, he's been assured that there isn't an agenda against Tommy Conway, if you like. There was a thought after the game, and obviously what happened at Stoke when he didn't get a penalty and was booked for diving. Is there a sense that referees are thinking that Conway is diving? Well, Edwards has come out of that meeting or that phone call pretty happy that that's not the case. So that's obviously a positive moving forward, both for him and Conway. Will Conway start the weekend? That's the interesting one. A lot of selection decisions for Rob Edwards. It seems like we say that every week at the minute. No new injuries out of the game at Sheffield Wednesday, which is obviously a massive positive. So a few big calls he's got to make. Does Luke Ayling coming back into the defence? Does he go back to 5 at the back? Is Aidan Morris going to come back into the team? If so, is it going to be for Alan Brown? That would feel very harsh on Brown. He was man of the match at Hillsborough, played really well against Ipswich, but is Morris going to stay out the side? That's a big decision to make. And then what about the lineup in the attack? Is it going to be Conway with Strelic off him again? Will Strelic go more central? Does Cali Sen come into the team? And then what about Sverren Ipan? He obviously has been on the bench for the last 3 games, but you'd imagine he'll be champing at the bit to get a start. So quite a few selection decisions there for Rob Edwards to make ahead of the game. As you can understand, he wasn't giving an awful lot away, basically just saying that it's a good position to be in, which all bosses would say, I think, but he's got some big decisions to make there. And then obviously quite a lot of talk about Wrexham and the journey that football club has been on. Rob Edwards joking that even his wife is wanting to come along to the game. Not really much of a football fan, but she's wanting to come along to see if she can spot a bit of Ryan Reynolds or Rob McElhenney. It sounds like they're probably not going to be at the game. I've got to say, that's going to be a bit of a disappointment, no doubt, to some Borough fans. But Wrexham will be there, and Rob Edwards was saying what a great job Phil Parkinson's done taking them through the leagues, and how big a threat he thinks Wrexham will pose, even though they've only won 3 of their first 11 games in the Championship, maybe haven't made the kind of blistering start that some thought they might. But he thinks that they'll improve, and he thinks they'll be a threat at the weekend. So plenty to talk about. There'll be lots of articles going up on the Northern Echo website, and then obviously all the best coverage of the game over the weekend. So hopefully get yourself along and have a look at some of that.